Order in the court, please.
The judge looks at Mr. Craig and sees a cycle repeating again and again. Bonds broken, warnings ignored, chaos returning. Even with a baby on the way, danger hangs in the air. The courtroom asks the same question. How do you fix a man who won't hear the word no?
All we do is ask you one thing, right? Got to know that we mean business. 1, 2, 3, here we go. It's over and over and over. How do we get through to you? It's a rhetorical question you don't have to answer, but that's the nature of the beast. How do we get through to you so that you know we mean business? Because apparently in the past, it's not been enough. I get it that you may have a child coming. I get it that there are other things, but no means no. Doesn't matter what circumstance you have coming here, but no means no. Do you understand? And the problem is I know that your lawyer has negotiated something upstairs for you to see the baby in the hospital somehow, but I don't know how that can truly work out without there being some kind of I want you to see the baby, but I don't want you to see her. How can we make that happen? That's the rub, Miss Jewett, is that I'm happy to go down on his bond, but I just don't want them to be together, So how do we do that?
Well, so Judge, I understand your concern, but the problem is we can't really inevitably stop two people who want to be together to be together. I mean, I get what you're saying.
We are. This is how we do it.
Well, I understand. I understand that, Judge. But in reality, even if he doesn't get out today, and there's a conviction, whatever may come about, he'll eventually get out, and then. Again, we can't stop them from being together. So it's more along the lines, I guess, of kind of like the felony court said, listen, he needs to take anger management class and complete it. He needs to stay away from her, because an ankle monitor, stay away from the home, but we're not going to stop him from seeing.
The conversation shifts. Parenting, safety, maturity. The judge lays it out plainly. Some relationships are storms waiting to explode. Only an intermediary can make those hospital moments safe. One wrong move and his future, his freedom, even his chance to see his child will shatter instantly.
From seeing his child or being there with the child, which inevitably means he has to be around her for that particular purpose.
But there has to be an intermediary that's around that can help out, whether it's his mom, whether it's her mom, whether it's brother, sister, cousin. There has to be an intermediary that can facilitate. They have these apps that the family courts use that basically are an intermediary so they can communicate with each other using a third party. So there's always a way.
So we could say that his supervision when he's with or the intermediary that will be there with the baby and him would be either his mother or his father. So at no times would he be left.
I'm down. I'm okay with that. But I've told you this before, when you have cancer, what do? You cut it out or it's going to kill you. There are certain people in your life that are like that. They're just your polar opposites. Yes, you may have a happy time where both of you act like gumdrops and rainbows and, but it's not like that forever. It's going to change. And the problem is that you two together, when that change comes, it really explodes into something catastrophic. And one of you invariably ends up in jail. That's the problem. You get upset. There's a certain way to handle things. It's called maturity, right? You learn how to deal and cope with someone who makes you mad. Either you walk away, you do something else, go exercise. Somehow you have to deal with the anger. That's maturity. That's growing up, because you can't continue the way you are, because either someone's going to get really hurt or likely dead. That's it. And that's why I'm scared to put you together, because not only this, but you now have a baby coming into the world. That's extremely stressful, especially when you don't have money, you know? That's why it scares me to put you two together. But if you have an intermediary, that's meaning a third party that's willing to help you get access to the child, that's great. The only other thing I'm going to tell you is that there are certain ways for you to be able to get definitive access to that child, meaning a court order. You know, first you establish that you're the father. After that, you get visitation and custody, so that if that other person tries to play games with you, you can either have them held in contempt, they can be jailed, fined if they start to play games. That's something else that you need to look into, because it very well may happen in the future. So that way you are protected and you don't have to take matters into your own hands. Do you understand, Mr. Craig? All I'm asking you to do is grow up. It's not hard. You think before you act, and you think before you speak. And when you do that, good things happen. So now, what about the bond amount, Ms. Jewett?
Well, Judge, you know my position. I'd like a $1,500 bond on each offense, which will match the $3,000 that I have already secured in the felony court.
3 open cases, a violation of protective order, a history the court cannot ignore. The judge cuts the bond drastically, but not without warning. Ankle monitor, no alcohol, no drugs, no contact. This is the last chance. One more slip and sympathy disappears forever.
What do you think?
Your Honor. So
Whose case is this?
it's Conrad's case. I can email Conrad if you want to get him.
Does he have a position as far as bond is concerned?
So, Judge, he told me yesterday that he would defer to you on the bond.
It would be Conrad's position is to defer to the
Can you
court.
put that on there?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to know that I am now going to put conditions on your violation of a protective order case. The Texas Constitution does not allow me, but in very limited circumstances, to hold someone at no bond, zero bond. This is that case now. If you violate conditions on a violation of a protective order, I can have a hearing to hold you at no bond. Do you understand? I expect you to live up to these conditions. And you now have 3 open cases. If you should pick up a 4th, if you pick up, or if you violate conditions, I will have no more sympathy. Do you understand, Mr. Craig? So this is what I'll do, Ms. Jewett. I'm going to order no drugs, no alcohol. I'll order no contact with the complaining witness in this case. I don't want him to go where she lives, where she works. You're going to have an ankle monitor on you, so I know where you are at all times. Do you understand what's expected of you? I'm not asking much. I'm just asking you, don't have contact and follow the law. Don't pick up a new case. Your lawyer is asking me, your bonds now are set at what, 20,000 on one, the other one set at 10,000 on one. She wants me to reduce it from 30,000 to 3,000. That's a big ask. Can I trust you?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Jewett. I will acquiesce this one time, but if it goes south, I don't know what else to tell you, you know?
Judge, I completely understand. I've told my client the same thing in no uncertain words. This is it for him. And Judge, also, just so you'll know, the felony court has ordered the ankle monitor for him. So just so the court knows that that's already been ordered.
We'll tack on the same condition as well, so that if there are any violations, we will know as well. Did you hear all that?
Yes, Judge, the no drug swap, phone contact, refrain from GPS prior to.
And then no weapons.
And just as far as the no contact, with the caveat that he can have contact, well, he can be around her with an intermediary for the birth as it relates to his children.
When is that going to happen?
Well, he already has one child that's 18 months, but the baby itself will be born in 3 weeks.
So you want access so that he can be in the same place while she's having the baby?
Correct, Judge.
And then after that, no more contact?
Correct, Judge. After that, then the grandfather can facilitate his getting the baby, whatever needs to be done.
Okay, I'll acquiesce to that for that one and sole purpose, okay? But after that, no more contact with her. Do you understand? And only if someone else is there. I don't want you alone with her on that one day. You understand? You hold the keys to the jail cell. No one else does. Go up. It's not hard. You have to do it eventually. All right? All right, make me proud.
Judge, what should you give?
Bond reduce both.
Yes, Judge.
Bond reduce to 1,500 on each.
Judge, did you lower the bond?
1,500 on each. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good. All right, Ms. Jewett, I got to get you a date. Hold on.
Judge, so one of them's an MAJ. How much time do you?
We'll just carry
Two
it.
women stand before the judge, both pleading guilty to theft. Their records now carry a permanent stain, one that will follow them for life. A future felony just one mistake away. Jail wasn't fun this time, and next time the sentence starts at 90 days.
We'll just carry it.
Okay, how's January 28th through the 30th?
January 30th would be perfect. I'm go the misdemeanor court on the 27th.
Required appearances?
How old is this case?
199 days.
Yes. Yeah. Is there an offer in the felony case?
On a felony case, Your Honor, let me see.
Yes, the felony case judge offers 2 years deferred.
Okay, I guess we need to know because the case is getting up there.
Yes,
Okay?
Judge.
So by
Our
the next setting, we need to know, okay?
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you, Ms. Jewett. Always a
So we're
pleasure.
good on January 30th? I didn't hear to say.
Yeah, you're good.
Yes.
We got you.
Okay, great, Judge. Thank you. Have a great holiday.
You too, take care. Craig,
Yeah, Ms. Milo and Ms. Jones.
okay, so Ms. Jones, Milo, and Jones, okay? Oh, down here. All right, good morning, ladies. Ms. Milo, you were charged with theft. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. And Ms. Jones, you were also charged with theft, facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Both of you guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 46 days and 47 days respectively with credit for each of what you have here. Both of you need to understand that these charges will go on your record. They're going to end up there and be there for the rest of your life. What you also need to understand is that these are enhanceable offenses, meaning that number one, you're facing a minimum of 30 days in jail from now on. Number two, if you continue to pick up theft cases, at some point they're going to hit you with a felony offense and you're looking at years instead of days. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So, Ms. Milo, you have a total of 3 cases that are open. You have a theft, you have a failure to identify oneself as a fugitive from justice, and a criminal trespass, which are both of those are Class A's. I'm assuming both of those will be dismissed in exchange for your.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is this how you understand the agreement?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of theft?
I plead guilty.
I will find you guilty and I'll send you to the 46 days, credit for the 46 days. On motion of the state, your 2 other cases will be dismissed. And Ms. Jones, you also have a multitude of cases open, for just the two, right, Aaron?
Correct, a trespass and a theft. She's playing on the theft, trespass dismissed.
Is this how you understand it, man? How do you plead to the offense of theft? Guilty or not guilty? I'm gonna find you guilty and I will send you to 47 days in jail, credit for the 47 days that you've done. Your other case will be dismissed. Guys, really? How's jail fun?
No, sir.
You're gonna be looking at a lot more time next time. You're looking at a minimum 90 days from now on. So, come on. All right, good luck, guys.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Coffey, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 2 days in jail, credit for the 2 days that you've done. You need to understand that this will now reflect as a conviction on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. Do you understand?
Sir.
From now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail for any new cases that you